the second show and tell of the year. Kate noted, and I want to pass this along to you all, that she was blown away by the punctuality of this group. Because this room was full like 10 minutes ago. And that's awesome. You guys must be excited. I am. Just a few little announcements. You guys may notice that they're sitting in brand new chairs. You might be like, my butt feels good. What's going on right now? It's the chair. There's this little kind of new furniture startup place called IKEA. It's out by the airport. They donated all these chairs to Design Week Portland, and then we got to take them when it was over. Thanks to Kate's quick thinking. Because I think before Kate stepped in, they were just going to set them all on fire in the square. And Kate said, I'll take those. You can burn the stuff we got. So support IKEA. Even if you don't need furniture, go buy some meatballs or something. And just, if you see someone, and then, is it a yellow shirt? Blue shirt? If you see someone in a blue or yellow shirt, say, hey, I'm a student at Portland State University, and I just want to say thank you. And I'll know exactly what you're talking about. The other big deal right now is that our friends at University Communications have returned to bring us to the internet. Check out this sweet webcam. Let's give them a round of applause. And maybe our friends will stand up so we know who they are. Or maybe they'll... There we go, we got a wave. That's pretty good. Thanks, guys. We hope to see you again soon. And thanks for all your awesome work. And then one other thing, our favorite blood-sucking capitalist, Pat Castaldo, is here to take your money, to hawk this amazing book by our guest today. I've always wanted to have a David Letterman moment where I could be like, the kids are crazy about this next book, one page at a time by ADAMJK. So if you have a great time at this talk, which you will, go buy a book from Pat or go to Land Gallery tonight. What time, 7?
6.
6
to 8.
Tell us what's going to happen.
I don't know yet. Adam might know. I have no idea.
All right, it's going to be a great free wine.
Shake Adam's hand.
Shake Adam's hand. All right. Free wine, handshakes, hanging out. I'm going to be there. Anyone else going? Kate and I will be there. We're going to get so much FaceTime with Adam if you guys don't show up, so maybe don't show up. Okay. Anyone else have anything they need to announce? No? Okay, great. Let's introduce our guest, because I'm excited for this one. Are you excited for this one?
Sorry?
Are you excited for this one? Oh, okay, good. You guys got to be really sweet today. He's a little scared. You guys look terrifying. Honestly, you do. All right. Adam J. Kurtz is a graphic designer and nice person from Brooklyn. He's very interested in the ephemera of daily life, small tokens and messages, creating honest, accessible work through his internet gift shop and other small-scale collaborations. You could say that his personal work is really, really personal. Adam is currently a studio designer at Barton F. Graf. He previously worked at Houpla and Ads Next in Baltimore, and he earned a degree in visual arts and design from UMBC in 2009. And let's clap, the hardest we've ever clapped yet for Adam.
I'm going to sit behind the computer just because this is where I feel most comfortable. This is my safe space. I do get nervous sometimes, so I brought myself a little pick-me-up. It's just paper. Deep breath always helps. So today my presentation is called ADAMJK on Everything. And I thought we could just start by taking 30 seconds to follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and Tumblr. So don't be shy or on your phones anyway. Just go ahead, Follow me on all my social profiles. It's very important to me. I am obsessed with numbers and letters, but mostly numbers because there's less of them I can keep track. So I thought I would start by telling you a little bit about me. I really love Franklin Gothic because I am a bank. Bank of America, y'all. All right, about me. I am an adventurer / storyteller. No, I'm not. Fuck that shit. Oh my God, all of you were so quiet, and I was like, they believe. I am not an adventurer or a storyteller, and if that is in your Instagram profile when you follow me, I will not follow you back. Here's the real shit about this. Just be a person. That's it. A round of applause. We're already doing it. All of you are just being people. Here's me. I'm just a person wearing a cut-off Lady Gaga t-shirt that I bought at Hot Topic. And I have red eye. Anyway, so here is what you do need to know about me. You know, I'm not special. I'm just a person. I'm just one guy. I like to say that I'm just one guy. I'm a nice guy. I'm a serious guy. Ultimately, I'm just a guy. Very recently, people have given a shit, but the truth is, I don't, and you shouldn't either. And that's part of the reason that I moved to New York. I lived in Baltimore, which is a small, supportive community, sort of like Portland, but with more murders. And that is not funny. That is scary. It is. We can talk about it later. So I moved to New York to disappear. And the cool thing about New York is that there is no city that will crush your spirit faster and harder. I am not special, and that became very obvious. And it is empowering. And the truth is that none of us are special. So here is a rejection letter I got when I applied for a job at Funny or Die. I really thought that I could be one of those two things. You know, it didn't seem that hard to either be funny or die, but apparently I'm not qualified for either. Joke's on that, because I'm definitely going to die. So, we're all trying. None of us are particularly special, but I find that empowering. It's sort of a backwards way of saying that we're all special, right? If none of us are special, then of course we all are. We're all doing our best. We're all trying really hard to make great work, to communicate well, to be honest, to be ourselves. I see some people nodding. The rest of you are not confident in yourselves. Is that what I'm hearing? You're just like a whole circle. I don't know her name, but I already really like her. Wait, we have the same hat, see? So cool. Trend spotting today. So yeah, we're all trying. Great. We did it. Excellent talk. Thank you so much for having me. We are all trying. Success. No, here are the secrets to success. I have them for you. Blog, post, and share. That's how to do it, you guys. That's all I do is I blog, I post, and I share. I'm not a storyteller, so it is self-promotion. I'm always selling something. You know, gotta eat. We'll get to that later. I really like eating. I had a donut today and a coffee, a Stumptown, like those cold brews that are just pure crazy. So I feel fucking nuts. Oh,
do you need one?
I had one and I can't even see straight.
Later.
Will and I are drink rich. That's a hashtag that we use. We use it in text, so none of you know about it, but it is trending. So, blog, post, and share, because you never know what's going to happen. This is the most popular thing I have ever done on the internet, which is sad. It's a tweet, and it says, don't read it yet, I'm going to read it to you. My anaconda don't want none until he wraps his body around his prey, crushing and suffocating it to death before slowly swallowing it whole. As of 3 days ago, this has 827 retweets. This is what I will be remembered. Backstory, this is a Nicki Minaj reference. Do you guys have her in Portland? Okay, and I had to go to like WikiHow to find out how anacondas kill their prey. It's joke, so I actually put research into this. Anyway, enough about me. I'm just like you. I also went to school once. It was cool. I learned a lot of things. I didn't have Kate. She just stepped out, thank God. I didn't have Kate as a professor. If I did, I might have had a book sooner, is really my thought process. You guys are so, I mean, those of you who are in attendance in the program here, you're so lucky to have a fantastic program. I'm so jealous. Those of you who don't go to school here, that's okay. So I went to school, and that's where I learned about design. That's graphic design. You can see that I put a lot of thought into the letter forms. So anyway, I was a designer. I made some shit. That's design. You can tell because it has like hierarchy or whatever. Made some resumes. They're black and white because I'm traditional. You can see on the left, hierarchy of information. Last name first, because nobody cares about your first name. Remember, none of us are special. I also took the states off. We know where Brooklyn is. We know where Detroit is. Anyway, I tried to get my friend a job, but he is such a I have updated this resume so many times. The lesson is don't do free work for your friends if they can't hold a job, especially not resumes. And I designed so many resumes for so many fuck-ups. And then the guy on the right, Sholem Kristalka, is an amazing artist from Toronto who lives in Berlin now. And he's the opposite. He's so successful that I did not know when I agreed to do the CV that it would be 4 pages. So that was a design challenge as well. This is when I was a student at University of Maryland, Baltimore County. We're known for having like the top chess team of all colleges. That's a real thing. And we always love to talk about our diversity. We're in the Maryland area. Our president's super famous. Barack Obama and him are like BFF, but like actually. So we always talk about our diversity. And when it was time to put like a sports team on the cover of, this is a student handbook that all students get when they sign up. It has a code of conduct. It was a shit show. I cleaned it up so it was legible, just so that theoretically you could read it. No one ever does. But then I set up an impromptu photo shoot in our student commons, and I photographed actual, real, diverse people. And there are people of all shapes and sizes, colors, backgrounds, ages. There's a person on crutches, which it felt bad to like fetishize someone who was injured, but I thought it was an accurate representation. And I actually got some feedback from the administration for putting an overweight girl on the cover. And I said in an email, just really politely, I said, "You've got to be fucking kidding me." And I did not change the design. But I did put myself in athletic gear on the cover. It's really funny. I stole a wrestling buddy. Anyway, graphic design. I did that, went to school. Graphic design, I learned a lot of good new words. I love words. Those of us who are designers here, we work with words, we love words. I'm talking a lot. Here's some words I learned. Crowdfunding. But you should applaud after each word. Crowdfunding, art, honesty, brand, work, just keep clapping. Personal, life, balance, and voice. Those were all words that I learned. They all pertain to the process of art, design, making, and doing. So yeah, those were words I learned, not terrifying. I learned one more word. Deep breaths. So here's where I landed. Tangible talking. I was very internet. I've always been very internet. I came out of the womb with a LAN cable in my ass. It's actually really far up there right now, which explains a lot about me. So I started taking all my internet work and my Tumblr work and I put it on postcards. Yes, no, and maybe. One of these is new, so the order of this presentation is misleading, but the other 2 are some of my first ever work, and I recently reprinted them because my first ever work was only like 3 years ago, because I was born yesterday. Then I made a zine. It's called Talking About Feelings. I hand stamped the cover, not because I'm DIY, but because I was very poor when I made this. And then in the top right corner is a Mylar balloon, and I put little stickers from Target. I'm so sorry, I'm such an asshole. So here are some things I learned. Those of you who follow me on Instagram, it's at ADAMJK. I already posted this, but here are the tips for how to succeed. 1, experience a feeling. Good news is that we all do that for free. 2, process internally. Bad news is some of us don't do this very well, but you'll get there. 3, react. I just ad-libbed that. It was funny, right? 4, sell balloons, maybe. You've seen the beautiful flyer that was made. I love that flyer, by the way. Such an ego boost. I need to be buried in a lot of graves because I have so many like tombstone ideas, but I want that to be one of them. Can you raise your hand, the designer of that? Yeah, he's going to design tombstone number 4. 5, profit emotionally. So now I'm going to tell a joke that I've told before, but not to you. I made some balloons that say, sorry, I'm such an asshole. I had made them in that zine, but I made them for real because I saw that balloons were trending and I wanted to get in there before it was too late. And I beat Urban Outfitters, you guys. I beat Urban Outfitters. It's impressive because they're quick. They have a team of people just like ripe for getting stuff. So I made these balloons. Sorry, I'm such an asshole. And they sold really well. I mean, the shit literally just blew up and took off. And the truth is, I know, right? The truth is that they keep my entire operation afloat. They do. So I have some more. Let me see if I can find it on my desktop. Where is it? Okay, here it is. That's what they look like inflated. Sorry, I'm such an asshole. So I made these balloons because I had to dump someone. You know when you're dating a guy and he turns out to be a total coke fiend and then he hits someone in a hit and run and keeps driving and goes to jail? You know that? Anyway, a good way to dump him is to make these balloons and sell them to strangers. And then he becomes like a fan of yours, which is, you'll see him in my Instagram comments sometimes. Super weird. Anyway, he had to go to rehab, and I'm proud to say he is right back on the market. It's unfortunate. It is actually really sad. But anyway, I made some good balloons. So I made these balloons, and then they ended up on Swiss Miss, is a design blog that maybe you know. I actually did not really know. Oh my god. She's not watching this. We're actually really great friends now. I didn't totally know her blog before. Really, really inspiring, great stuff. Then it was on Paper Magazine, and I was like, whoa, I live in New York, so I've heard of that. But I didn't live in New York yet, so I never heard of it. But I like paper. It was on the Urban Outfitters blog, which was an awesome feeling because then they definitely could not steal it. I was like, you guys can't take this because you blog about it. And side note, Urban Outfitters is actually really incredibly supportive of what I'm doing, and I have a big surprise coming with them soon, and now it's not a surprise, but they've been really, really awesome. And for all the talk of them ripping off artists, I had a meeting with them last week, and we actually talked about that because I can't keep my mouth shut. They're really great. I have found them to be very supportive, and maybe things have changed, or maybe it's always been a misunderstanding. I don't know. They were on Complex, which is good because usually guys don't like my work, so that was a good feeling. And people love this stuff. I mean, I get like crazy orders still, and people order like 5 packs at a time because they like really mess up. And one time, this like, you know that Facebook movie with the Winklevoss twins? So like a guy who looked like one of them, although it was the same guy, but doubled, like a parent trap sort of thing. But he came over to my apartment to like emergency buy them because like it was gonna save his relationship, which says a lot about it. So I got this email once. It said, urgent, client request. Hi, I would like to know if it is possible to have a rush delivery in Portugal by Tuesday. Okay. I feel like you're in more trouble than these balloons can help. So I made these balloons, and then I kept making stuff. And here's the truth. I don't know what I'm doing. Oh, that's what IDK stands for. I don't know. It's like an internet thing. You probably don't know it. I don't know what I'm doing. So here's my oh my god, this is so embarrassing. Annie, I am really nervous showing them graphic design here. Is it good? Is it design? Oh, I'm doing great. Thanks, Annie. This is my online shop where I sell products. There's the book. There's some other products. They might be art, they might be design. I don't know. Truth is, this could be anything. Who's to say? Where's the line between art and design? What is design? I know you guys just had Design Week Portland. I know because I was lurking the lurker. I was lurking that lurker so hard. Nobody lurks like I lurk. And I loved it. I wish I could have been here. I was at Brooklyn Beta, which is like a Brooklyn design event, and it wasn't as good. I did watch the live stream. It was like a Brooklyn, Portland. I watched for 5 minutes of Kate and her resting day. You looked so elegant. You're just like,
thank you.
yeah, I mean, yeah. It was tedious. It was.
So when I am not smiling,
It was good because my resting face is
I know.
disgusting. I noticed that Aaron Draplin just had his face covered. He was like this the whole time, which is how I felt. Because I was watching that at work.
Oh my god. So,
But to backtrack, really cool when communities can communicate across platforms, and maybe that's what design is. Or it could be Will Bryant's Wacky Mac. That was a good joke that came out of the lurker. You guys go back on Twitter to the lurker. So this could be anything. Here are some things I made. This is a post-it note collage. One of my best friends got hit by a motorcycle. We didn't know what was going to happen. So I made a post-it note. That's how you help things. I put it on Tumblr. It got like 200,000 reblogs, which is insane. So I started making that and like a lot of them. And it's just paper. It's a nice sentiment. Here's some pencils that say, I am a tool or a weapon and completely free, which is literally terrifying. And it sort of speaks to the insane duality of realizing that you have the power to make anything. Everyone in this room has the power to make anything. We have the tools, we have the resources. If we don't have either, we have Google. Like, you can do anything. And that is so scary. Oh my God, what if someone takes that away from you? Really bad. So yeah, tools or weapons. I'm literally a giant tool bag. All of us are just huge tools with the capacity to do anything. I am a tool and you're a tool. We're all tools. And that is really powerful and liberating. So I make these jokes that are scary but happy. Rapid Cycle Motor Club. I have to tell you guys a secret. Nobody buys this patch. Nobody ever buys this patch. Maybe because it celebrates bipolar disorder. I don't know. For those of you who don't get it, it's about bipolar disorder. Because sometimes when something is scary, the best thing to do is wear it and look at it every day until that scary thing isn't scary anymore. And I think that we're all like a touch crazy, but I'm totally fucking nuts. So this was helpful for me to be like, wow, sometimes it's hard to sleep because your brain is so excited about everything. Also A and B, that's like graphic design, right? I was just trying to be trendy, you know? Brooklyn is so tough because we're all like, sort of goth, sort of not. It's like, what do we do? I wear all black now. I never thought that would happen. And yeah, I have a lot of trouble sleeping. This is my Sweet Dreams pin set. It has a pin with a little drawing with a bottle of melatonin. That's a natural sleep aid. It also comes with an actual melatonin tablet. This is available on my web store for those of you who are interested in purchasing a good night's sleep. I also have some in my bag if you just want some, it's fine. Here's some other crap I made, whatever. The internet does what it wants. That's the cool thing about the internet, is that it does whatever it wants. You can't predict it, you can't steer it. You could work at a top agency trying to make work that's gonna go. And you don't know what's gonna happen. This is a stupid t-shirt that I made a fake Photoshop mock-up of. It took 3 seconds. It's the Joy Division Unknown Pleasures cover art. It says, what is this? I've seen it on Tumblr. And this is a joke that only we're gonna get. Instead of actually matching the font, I just took Arial around it and I stretched it. And I was laughing to myself. I was like, and I made a fake post that said, now accepting pre-orders. And that was a link to the Google search result for the word no. And I went to bed and I woke up and 5,000 people had reblogged it. And I got tons of messages that are like, your link is broken. I think your link might not be working. It goes to the Google result for the word no. And it's just like, oh yeah, that's so weird. Why did that happen? So I put it up on my web store and I made shirts, and like cool goth girls such as funeralfrost.tumblr.com bought the shirt, and I reprinted it 3 times. I made probably like 400 of these shirts, and people like them, and it's so weird. And then a crazy thing happened. The original designer of the album art had an interview with The Guardian, and he says, well, I'll quote the author who quotes the designer, Peter Seville. He shows me a t-shirt featuring the same image with the slogan, "What is this? I saw it on Tumblr." "It's brilliant, isn't it?" he says, smiling. "Profoundly clever." And that was, thank you. I am profoundly clever, according to a graphic design legend. And that came at a really good time for me because I was unemployed and paying my rent with these t-shirts, and I was $2,000 in credit card debt, and I thought I was gonna have to leave New York, and that was really sad because there's nothing worse than just like a huge public failure that everyone totally would have cared about. Nobody cares, it's fine. So he said that was cool. And then some other blog like turned one sentence into an article, because you know how blogs do that. So that was really cool. Didn't really link to my name or credit me at all, but that's fine because it really speaks to the nature of reappropriated imagery. This is an academic crowd. I can roll with the big dogs. So here's what I learned from all this. It's all just make our art and let it change the world. That's it, right? We sort of figured it out. You can just make art, and we're gonna fix stuff, and I'm gonna design the shit out of Ebola and Ferguson, and we are just done. Congrats, the world is great. We are all equal, and we live happily. Just kidding. You gotta eat, so get a job if you can. Art is an amazing, powerful tool. It's also terrifying. Will Bryant once said something in a poster, "Help me, I'm an artist," and that became an adopted mantra for my year of 2013. Will knows, because I basically texted him the equivalent of a scream cry, and I was just like, oh my God, why do I have to communicate this way? Why can't I just process by eating? Which I do also. The truth is that art can save you, but it can also kill you, right? Tool or weapon. So get a job if you can, because you also just make your way through life. So I had this job working for an internet marketing firm. That's like some stock photo lady. There's a testimonial. You see like a weight loss testimonial for a gym. There's like a postcard. So we only did websites for cosmetic surgeons and cosmetic dentists, because real doctors are not making enough money to pay us. And at the top right corner, that is actually a project. I redesigned the catalog for the company that makes novelty popcorn tins. You know when you get those popcorn tins? I designed their catalog. And they all have titles like Happy Reindeer or like Lovely Cardinals in Pond. And I had to fit like these arduous long titles into small little type. And then they totally fucked it up on the next design, obviously. I also work at an ad agency called Barton F. Graf. You might have heard of it. This is one piece of work I did. We do social content sometimes. We used to work with wishbone salad dressing. And here we go, popping some bottles. And I am proud to say this is the first piece of work I did that ever went live at Barton F. Graf. Again, a creative ad agency located in New York. We work with a lot of great clients who don't work with wishbone anymore. So there we are, popping bottles, and it actually had like a spray, and it looked like ranch dressing. I made it look more like ranch. We had to take it out because, I don't know, I mean, it's clearly booze. Like, we know what this is a picture of, but anyway, that's the fun part about advertising, is that you get to work for clients and people who think they know what they're doing, which is why they hired you, because they already know how to do what you do. Wait, that doesn't sound right. So I did that. Dead Mouse Theater is the thing we just launched. This is the Tumblr for it. I actually did the little comp of, this is a dead taxidermied mouse dressed as a cowboy. And we did these ads where taxidermied mice are puppets and they do different stuff, because Tomcat is a rat killer. So what are they gonna do with all the dead mice? This, it's gross, it's awesome. Here's a really cool thing I did. GoDaddy, we work with GoDaddy, and they launched the .nyc domain. So we put a big billboard on a ship, and we sailed it on the Hudson River. And so the New York side could see this message, and the Jersey side just saw a GoDaddy logo, nothing to see here. Just GoDaddy. Shh, don't tell your Jersey. Design is sort of a bad word for what I did, because this looks like a little cat boat. but I did about 20 variants until we got the legibility right. Something I'm very proud of is I art directed a campaign for Grubhub, which is like a food ordering service. We did this really awesome photography style, and I did those little squiggles with ketchup and mustard. You know, the ones that look like I stole Will Bryant's work? That's the one. And the cool thing about working in the real world is sometimes you get to work with your friends, and I think it's really important to collaborate and know what you're good at, know what you're not, and if you're ever in a position to control some company's money, push it to your friends. So you might recognize this photo from the beginning of the slideshow. That's me and my friend Daniel. And Daniel is actually the photographer for the Grubhub. So this is a picture of us at like a dance party. And this is a picture of us on a fucking billboard, you guys. Yeah, we did billboards. I got my friend on a billboard, and look, it's sushi, and the colors are cool. I don't know, sometimes you get to do really cool stuff. So that's some stuff I've made. I have a little more unsolicited advice for you. We're here in Portland. Last time I was here, I hung out at Widening Kennedy, and they have a really big mural made out of push pins, and it says, "Fail harder." And then Archie back there and some others, they added an to it, "Fail harderer." That's some ad agency humor for you. Sorry, I love you. So here's some advice. Maybe don't fail. How about that? Failing is a terrible piece of advice. Don't fail harder. How about never fail? I hate fail harder. People will tell you, all these like design, motivational speaker type people, you know, people who don't totally always design, but they talk about it a lot. Shots fired. I can say that because I'm an idiot. No one listens to me. My name is literally a joke. But yeah, maybe don't fail. I think telling you to fail is terrible advice. Here's what they mean to say, and it's just not as like quirky as, don't be afraid to fail, because you will fail. Failure is like death. It's coming, and it is scary, but you'll just pick yourself up again. No, that doesn't work. If you die, you're dead. But if you fail, you just won't fail the next time, or you will. And if you're working for a huge company, you have the resources with which to fail sometimes. That's fantastic. But if you're struggling, and you know, we were just talking about this earlier, like when you have $50 to your name and you're like, well, I could drink a bunch, or I could buy a really cool plastic that I'm going to do a laser etching on. You know, sometimes you're down to your last sheets of paper. Like, I'm terrible at cutting and matting, like I can't tell you how many foam core boards I would have to buy because I would always screw them up. You don't always want to fail because it's expensive, so maybe don't, but if you do, it's fine. Take care of yourself. I've made a helpful chart for you. Self-care, not good, is only 2.6% tall, but trying is 10 tall. So clearly trying self-care is the winner here to maximize synergy. So here's some advice. Try to get some sleep. I'm currently failing at that because I'm so excited about today. It feels like my birthday. My actual birthday is on Sunday. So how did you know? God, I always talk. I can't keep a secret. Enjoy sunlight. I know that's not fair. I made this before from a different presentation. I'm so sorry, you guys. Get like a sunlight. I got in a cab last night at midnight, and the guy says, you know, it's gray here a lot. And I was like, well, it's dark now, so you could have just like not spoiled it. I could have had 12 hours of anticipating sunlight. Consume nutrients. This morning I had a donut and coffee, so I'm not doing so well, but really not. Drink less coffee. God, I really screwed up. More deep breaths. LOL, this is patronizing. I mean, I'm supposed to know, but we just forget. You know, you get sucked into like an InDesign wormhole for 12 hours. You forget to eat and sleep and breathe. And those are all, you know, good things to do. So now I'm going to talk about two more little unsolicited art things that I think about a lot. One, collecting. Collecting can be art. Isn't that cool? No, don't. It's fine. Collecting can be art. So every week I do a collage. It's called weekend scraps, and I just saved the paper ephemera, my paper trail in this world. I'm obsessed with self-preservation and dying, obviously. Oh, I should have mentioned I'm Jewish. That probably explains a lot. But collecting can be art if you say that it's art. I think that's the interesting thing about collections is sometimes you're crazy and sometimes it's art. It just depends. Another form of collection is documentation. Sometimes just documenting can be art. This is some stuff from San Francisco, directly inspired by an artist that I love. Her name is Nicole Laveau. She's not here, but I wish that she was. Actually, I'm glad she's not because I would probably freeze up. Totally obsessed with her. But photos are art. Pictures, I should say, because these are from an iPhone, so they're probably just pictures. But, you know, enjoy your life. Keep it, what am I trying to say? You know, save scraps of yourself and write things down, because the documentation of the world around you can be the greatest form of art at all, whether or not people care or it gets reblogs or not. But this got a lot of reblogs, so. One more piece of advice. Like things. Just like things. Just like that. I don't mean press a heart-shaped button. I mean just genuinely like and enjoy stuff. I feel like, especially if you're in school, you know, critiques are important. And that's how we learn. But in your regular life, you could just like stuff. And you could even like overplayed stuff, like deer heads. You could like a mounted deer head thing, or you know, a bicycle with like a letterpress whatever. And sorry, guys, I can overset. Just like things. It's good to like things. You can be inspired, or you can just like something even if you don't know why. I like the color yellow. I really run with it. Just like stuff. So I'm just gonna wrap up with a little sales pitch. Sometimes you don't know what you are doing at all, and it turns out pretty well. So in 2012, I made a dumb little pocket calendar. I worked at a photocopy shop, and I made 20 for my friends. I put like 3 on Tumblr. I was like, PayPal me, whatever. And people really liked it. And I ended up making like 180 by hand coiling, whatever. It was great. So the next year I was like, let me do this again. I made a Kickstarter. I tried to raise $1,600, which I raised in 24 hours because, I don't know, people just like believed that I had made a good thing. Because sometimes if you put yourself out there, people just like it. Other people just like stuff and things. Ended up raising enough money to make these, and I did not budget for shipping, so I think I just broke even. And I almost had a nervous breakdown because shipping stuff is stressful. So I did it again. I did it again the next year because I am, I don't know, insane. It did really well. It did even better. And you know, I love numbers. I don't love money numbers. I think it's tacky. It's gross. The money doesn't matter. We all know that. If money mattered, we would not be in this room right now. We would be probably going to war, you know, under the guise of terrorism, but really looking for oil and waste in our own pockets. I'm not political. I just play one because it seems smart. You know, you just drop those little snippets. Like before, when I mentioned Ebola, you were like, he raised that. So that led to this book that's here, this book that Pat has in the back. And if you'd like to buy a copy, you can to support him. It doesn't affect me. Sales don't affect me. It's never going to do well enough for me to make like more than my advance. So I don't care if you buy it, but buy it from an independent bookstore. I think that's something that we know is important. Paper will never die if we refuse to let go of it. I made this book. It's a 365-page journal, sketchbook, diary, calendar, whatever you make of it. It's called One Page at a Time, a daily creative companion. And I did not choose that title or that subtitle. Having an editor is a weird, weird thing, especially when she doesn't get you. Sorry, Marianne. I know you don't get this, but I'll retweet it. The stream. She's cool. She's cool. She was like, your Twitter is linked to your Amazon author page. Must have been a mistake. Maybe you should remove. And I was like, hi, Marianne. Good morning. Thanks for checking in. Not mistake. Wanted to be honest and upfront about who I am. Not for mommy bloggers. She didn't reply. But then she emailed me about this like other New York Times thing this morning. The New York Times article came out, and I'm like, the dissenting opinion at the end. It's not about the book at all. And she emailed and she was like, this is awesome. Like, the writer tweeted that she loves your book. Going to touch base with blah, blah, blah to see how we can exploit this for more coverage. I was like, oh my God. I met a nice woman at an event. And you are just like, ching, 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 ching. To be fair, publishing is a tough world, so she has to eat too. We all need to get a job. Here's some pages from the book. It's just really full of personal things. Don't read the one on the right. I don't know how that got there. That is a mistake. I don't feel that the book is not reflective of me as a person, and its success does not define me. I have a lot of great years ahead, and the book is really just a small step on my journey, and whether it does well or not, I will continue to be a fantastic human being and live a rich and it's gonna be fun. Item number 2, worrying about stuff. Really good at that. What are you searching for? Draw bananas for 20 minutes and split. Bananas are awesome. I discovered them on my journey. I sort of had an eat, pray, love, but without praying or loving. And bananas, man. They are yellow, they are self-contained, they are natural, they look like a smile, they're delicious. They have potassium, don't have to, it will block your B12 intake, which you also need. I take supplements. And they're gonna be extinct soon, so eat them while you can. Yeah, the main strain of bananas that we know and love, it's dying out actually. This is a real thing. Someone I know was selling like a Livestrong bracelet, but with like brown speckles for like banana strong, which also sort of has like a gay undertone that I can really get behind. Banana strong, you guys. Cover this page in pop-up ads. Sexy amateur authors, first time. Watch now, hot bloggers. Free PC and Mac soft serve, always eating things. Favorite books, Bible, old. Harry Potter number 4, the best book if you skip the Quidditch tournament. Am I right? Book 4 is awesome, but fuck sports. That's why we're reading Harry Potter. Because we're nerds. Favorite books, Facebook. Pain Crunch is this book that I read once because the cover was really cool. And whenever anyone would be like, what's your favorite book? I'd be like, Pain Crunch. But really, it was the only book I owned for like 3 years. That's really bad. The Interestings is a book I just read. Bible, New Testament, never read it because the Old Testament is from the mouth of God, but the New one is made up. God wrote a really good book. He was like, I'm just going to sit down and enjoy the royalties. That book has been translated to so many languages. Although the author portrait leaves, you know, something to be desired. Another book I love is The Art of Getting Started by my friend Lee Crutchley. He's on the same imprint as me. We became friends through the book process. Look him up, Lee Crutchley. His work looks exactly like mine, but better. We talk about this a lot. We're basically a clone. They were like, Lee's book did well. Do you want to do one too? And I was like, yeah, I'll just rip them off. You Can Make Anything Sad is my best friend's boyfriend's book. I have a copy that I paid for. I haven't read it. It's very expensive. So, my last slide. And then if we have some time, I don't know what time. Yes, I love questions. Oh my God, I just got an email from my boss because I resigned from my job this morning. And I'm getting all these emails that are like, no, let's talk. And it says, well, you're incredibly talented, your career options are limitless, and you because it's the preview. I think what he probably said, you suck, right? You stole trade secrets. You should reconsider. You sleep on it for a night and then come back. I don't know. Terrifying. Don't want to look at that. How is this even a book? I don't know. Penguin's fucking nuts. I don't know. They, you know, you just make stuff and you put it out. Post, share, like, do your thing. Be honest. Don't worry about money because, I don't know, life works out, you know? You can't worry about planning because no matter what you think, you will be wrong. You will just be wrong. And even if you have all the pieces right, then your like dishwasher will break, or you will have a baby, or your hair will fall out. I mean, anything and everything will happen, and everything is good and bad, and that is terrifying. This book is available at Urban Outfitters, Amazon, most bookstores, but it's available in the back of the room. Again, buy it here. Why is that girl leaving? What did I say? Is your hair falling out? I'm so sorry. No, you have so much, it's beautiful. She looked great. Damn girl, get it. It's a weird book. It's cute but nice but dark. The truth is, this book is exactly like me, except when you're tired of it, you just close it. You can't do that with me. Just try dating me. Coming up on 2 years with my boyfriend who said he would watch this, but probably isn't. And he's not here for my birthday.
We're here. Great. Look at, we decorated for you.
I love it. And I'm going to find a new boyfriend. So if you're free after this, I have some time. Requirements: must be able to stand upright on 2 feet. Must retweet all my tweets. Okay, so I'm going to go all the way back to the first slide, and we'll take a few questions until we don't have time anymore.
Thank you, Adam. Let's clap for you. Usually time for a few questions. Who has a question for Adam? Come on, Adam.
Usually your hair game is like so on point. I'm just kind of wondering why.
I flat iron religiously. This is all fake. It's fake. I'm wearing the hat because I'm embarrassed. I broke my hair tie, so I bought more at Muji in the airport, and then I lost them. So if anyone has a hair tie, that's actually requirement number 1 for dating me. What's up?
I don't want to date you, but I have a haircut.
Excuse me? Sorry, I didn't hear you. Did anyone hear what she said? Is there even a person there? I don't.
She doesn't want to date you, but she has a haircut.
I'm sorry, who said that? See me after the show, we're gonna talk about what sarcasm is. No, that's awesome. I would love a hair tie. Anyone else? We could talk about design. Oh my God, don't do this.
He will also be around to respond to questions if you don't feel like asking your questions in front of people. Oh, someone in the front, Shannon.
Yeah, what's up?
Well, like you
One second. I will be around between now and the event, so you can just hang out and talk. The event's gonna be fun. There are free Zoom booklets that we'll all work on together. All right, Shannon, what do you want?
I'm just a rude girl. You like talk about how like everything's kind of like a temporary project, like your friend just going off like what comes next, and like the book is what happens to be next for you. But like, do you have like something that like you really want to do, or like a dream goal kind of thing that like you're
Yeah. I'm trying to lose 3 pounds, so that's where I'm at right now.
The
But
donut.
yeah, this morning when I went to Blue Star, that really just one step at a time, you guys. I'm good at some things. Losing 3 pounds is not one of them. That's fine. I'm launching a Kickstarter for the 2015 planner in about 2 weeks. My editor told me not to because it would compete with the book. She does not know I'm doing this, and I actually don't know what's going to happen. I might get in trouble, but whatever, you can't stop me. I don't care about anything. I do have some other dreams and goals. I'm working on a really cool collaboration with Urban Outfitters that I'm super excited about. It's like my 17-year-old dream come true, frankly. I used to have pages from the catalog hanging on my wall. I wish I was kidding, but I'm not. I was very, very cool for a long time. And I'm doing some other cool stuff that I'm not supposed to talk about. I'm trying really hard not to talk about. But that's a great question. I think it's good to have dreams. You always have to look forward. Even though you can't plan everything, you do need to be excited about what's to come. Because otherwise, you might be depressed. Anyone else feel like anything? Alithia, how do you feel?
I'm overwhelmed with pride.
So she and I are live journal friends from when I was 14, and she was the street team queen for my favorite band, Vis Queen from Seattle. And we never met until right before this. And my heart is swelling. Like, I am so excited, and I can't wait for everyone else to go away. No, I'm kidding. There's no one else in the room but us. Anyone have like an arty design? Yeah, what's up?
Do you have like, I don't know, do you have like artists or designers that have always been inspiration, or like do you pull inspiration from any particular or like other artists?
Yeah, that's a great question. The truth is I'm super ignorant. I don't know how I graduated college. I actually have an art history minor because I took all the art history requirements at once and I got mono during finals week. And the professor was like, you would have passed if you didn't have mono. And they sort of just handed me a free minor in college. I learned nothing. But as I've become more worldly, I've become inspired by some people. Nicole Lavelle is like a huge inspiration to me. I've talked to people about it before. Sometimes I feel like I'm ripping her off, actually. Other like-minded creatives, if you buy the book and you read the acknowledgments, the first thing I say is that there are so many of us doing similar, useful, helpful work. Many of those people are in this room right now, and I've been so excited to meet you all this time. We're all doing great stuff, and I think we all inspire each other. I also love Nathaniel Russell and Tucker Nichols. I'm obsessed with them. I added them both on Facebook. They accepted, but they replied, it was like a short reply, shorter than my message to them. But they're very busy being awesome, so it's cool. And I'm really inspired by people who don't do art at all, because I wish I was that. I have friends who are like nurses. That's cool. I mean, you directly impact people's lives. You might not be saving them, but you're making them happy. And that's all I really want to do. If I could save a life, I would do that instead, yes. But anyways, thanks. I love that question. It wasn't bad at all. It's very real. I feel like an artist now. Anyone else? Yeah, what's up?
Let's say that in a horrible theoretical universe, the internet never existed. You like the internet, it seems like, and it's been a great platform for you to be able to share your awesome personality with the universe. What happens if it wasn't there? Well, I mean, what do you think you'd be doing in said alternate parallel universe?
That is a really good question. I think if there wasn't an internet, the truth is I have no fucking. I started with design by building a Pokemon fan site when I was 11. This has been my journey. The truth is that I don't know. I'm Jewish. I'd probably be like a rabbi or something. My grandfather's a rabbi. He's really good at public speaking. Hi Zadie, how are you? Anyone else? I could do this forever. Yeah, what's up?
Things like Tumblr and Instagram and social media is really important to your work. How much of a part, I'm really bad at Tumblr. I don't know why. I just can't do it very well. Advice?
The social media has been really good to me just because I was an early adopter of Tumblr. So I've been on Tumblr for 8 years, and the truth is I don't do sketchbooks very well. So that's a sketchbook for me, and then over time people were happy to lurk, which is I think the best way to be inspired yourself. So I think don't think of your Tumblr as your amazing gallery where you're going to show your best work. And actually a really important thing with social media is artists push out content almost every day because they're building a fan base or whatever. So it seems like everyone is making tons of work all the time except for you. And that's horrifying. So I think don't worry about anyone else. Use your stuff as you see fit. Be really honest. Be yourself. People are doing hashtag sponsored posts all the time and getting a free salad in exchange for posting about the salad. That can't be your life. Use your stuff as you see fit. The truth is there's so much on the internet that no one is paying attention. No one cares about you at all. But the people who do care about you will come back and they will look out for you and they will be proud to follow your journey. And then, I mean, in my case, this book thing happened and all these people who have been supporting me for so long are they feel like they're a part of it. And I feel like they're a part of it. I get emails and I'm like, oh my God, you've been following me, you've been liking my posts for 6 years. Thanks so much for being here with me. So treat it you don't have to know everyone, but treat it like an extension of something real. And don't worry about numbers and stuff because the woman who became my editor, she never followed me or anything. You never know who sees what you're doing. She found me repinned and reposted, someone stole my shit and put it on Pinterest. You just have to be there. You have to be present. You have to be standing up. You have to be asking questions in order to be counted. And that's really all it is. Does anyone else want to be counted? Anyone else have a question for me?
I think you're good.
Cool.
You feel good?
I mean, I feel great. Thank you all so much.
I'll sign it.
Adam's up there if anyone wants to talk to Adam.
Yeah. months.